Welcome to a crash course in mathematics. Today we're going to look at place value. So the whole idea of this short episode is just to recap everything you need to know about place value so that you're really secure in your knowledge, because place value comes into pretty much everything in mathematics because you need to know the value of each digit of a number. So in this lesson we're going to look at how to find out the value of each digit, and also how to put them onto a place value grid, and then how to order numbers using our place value knowledge. Okay, so first of all, let's introduce you to some of the key vocabulary. So, there are 10 digits we use in our number system, and these go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As you can see, I've counted the 0. Many people forget that we need to count the 0. 0 is part of our number system. So these digits all represent amounts. So imagine there has been a sweet explosion. We need to use a number place in our number system grid. So imagine that each number place can only hold one digit. Okay, so we start off with a little grid, and we've got a box. Inside that box can only be one digit. So it can only be from 0 to 9. So if we have 1, sweet, we put our 1 digit in the box. And we keep going up, so we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, we've got up to the top of our digit system, our base 10. So if we add another one, we've now got 10. But remember what I said? We can only have one digit in this box. So the way we do this is we're going to group all of these sweets together. So that is now one group of 10. So if we imagine that this is our ones column and this is our tens column, we've now got one group of 10, so we can take all of those, put them all into one group, and we now have a 1 group of 10 in our tens column. So now we've got 0 ones, and we carry on again. So if we've got 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, 8 10s, 9 10s, and now we've reached the problem again. We've got 10 10s, and as you know, we cannot put another digit in this box. So we do exactly the same. We group all these 10s together, so now we've got one group of 100. So that is what goes in our next box. These are hundreds column. So we've now got a 1 there, put a 0 there. So now we've got 100 Haribos. So it keeps going up. That's the way it works. So now we understand the concept behind it. Let's look at the value of each place value in our place value grid. Okay, so if we have a look at our place value grid, as we know that this is our ones column. Okay, so that is all of our ones, so from 0 to 9. So we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In this column we've got our tens, in this column we've got our hundreds, and in this column we've got our thousandths. Now as you can see, I've put a decimal point there. So if we go the other side of the decimal point, we are now working in tenths. And then if we cross over to the next one, it'd be hundredths. Look how I'm writing it. It's a lowercase t there, uppercase T there. So you've got tens, tenths, hundredths, and it keeps going on. So you've got thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, million, and then down the other side you've got tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and it keeps going down that way as well. So now let's look at putting numbers into this place value grid. So if we have this number, 32, let's have a look. How many ones have we got? We've got 2 ones. So we put 2 in the ones column. So if you take that back to the Haribos, that would be 2 Haribos. We've also got 30 Haribos because that is in 3 tens. So we put the 3 in the tens column, and there we go. Everything is perfectly lined up with the correct digit under the correct value system. If we had the number 231, how many ones have we got? Brilliant, we've got 1. So we've got 1 1, put that in there. How many tens have we got? We've got 3 tens because we've got 30. And how many hundreds have we got? We've got 2 hundreds. So we put the 2 in there. Can you see? It's pretty simple now we know the concept. Let's get a bit trickier. If we have 432.14. Okay. So look, we've got our decimal point there. Our decimal point is our reference point, okay? So wherever the decimal point is, if you go to the right, you should have that number. If you go to the left, you should have that number. So what is in our ones column first? We've got 2 ones. So we put our 2 in the ones column. Let's have a look. We've got 3 tens because we've got 30. So we put 3 in the tens column. Notice I haven't gone above 10 in any of these boxes. It's always 0 to 9. We've got 4 in the hundred column. So we've got 400. Now, in the tenths column, we've got 1. We've got 1 tenths. So we put 1 in the tenths column. And then 4 in the hundredths column. So we put 4 in the hundredths column. Don't forget our decimal point. Okay, now it is time for you to try it for yourself. So let's have a look at these numbers. We've got 22. We've got 2.2. We've got 110. And we've got 321,015. Your task is going to be to draw out a place value grid and then to align each one of these numbers into the correct place. So you need to make sure that your digits have the correct value. Okay, how did you find that? So, as you can see, I've drawn out our place value grid. So we've got our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s and 100,000s. And then on this side we've got tenths and hundredths. So let's start with this number. We've got 2 in the ones column. So we put a 2 in the ones column. 2 in the tens column. So we put a 2 in the tens column. Here we've got 2 in the tenths place. So we've got 2 tenths. And on this side we've got 2 ones. So we put 2 in the ones column. How are you finding it so far? The next one we've got 110. So we've got 0 in the ones column. Remember, 0 still counts as a digit. So we've put our 0 in the ones column. 1 in the tens column. And 1 in the hundreds column. Now the big number, 321,015. So just start off the same with any other number. How many ones have we got? We've got 5. How many tens have we got? We've got 1. We've got 1 10. How many hundreds have we got? We've got 0. But remember, we still need to put the 0 in place. How many thousands have we got? We've got 1,000. How many tens of thousands have we got? We've got 20,000, so we've got 2 in that column. And how many hundred thousands have we got? We've got 300,000, so we put our 3 in that column. So you can see we've got a 3 in the 100,000 column, 2 in the 10,000s column, 1 in the thousands column, 0 in the hundreds column, 1 in the tens column, and 5 in the ones column. I hope that's cleared up any misconceptions you might have had. So now we're going to come to ordering the numbers. So this will be easy now we've cracked our place value knowledge. So if we have a look at the numbers first, we've got 321, 324, 22 and 2.2. Now if we want to order these from biggest to smallest, we need to first of all have a look which one has the digit with the biggest value. So if we have a look, the highest value in this number is in the ones column. The highest value in this colour is the tens column. The highest value in this one is the hundreds, and the highest value in this one is also the hundreds. So we know that it's going to be one of these two that's going to be the biggest. So if we know that there's 3 in the hundreds column there and 3 in the hundreds column there, we now need to look into the next column because these two are the same. So if we have a look, we've got 2 in the tens column, and we've got 2 in the tens column there as well. So what do? We go into the next column to have a look in the ones column. This number has 1 in the ones column, and this number has 4 in the ones column. So which one's bigger? Brilliant, it is this one. So 324 is our biggest. Now we know the only other number to have a digit in the hundreds column is this guy, so we put him next. Now we need to have a look for which one is biggest next. So we've got 22 and 2.2. This one had a digit in the tens column, this one had no digit in the tens column. So which one's bigger? Brilliant, it's this one. So instead of having 22 Haribos, this one has 2.2 Haribos. And I would much rather have 22 Haribos than 2.2. So we put our 22 there and 2.2 there. And there you go. You've now ordered all of your numbers.